principle. Fraternity is a principle which gives unity and solidarity. Unity and solidarity to social life. It is a feeling of brotherhood which protects against any exploitation or against any discrimination in the society. Okay? So it is what? It is considered to be certain feeling. Ambedkar says that this feeling is very much necessary. That is, fraternity is one of the basic democratic value which is very much important in order to protect any discrimination in the state. Okay? Right? To avoid what? Discrimination. Or to avoid exploitation, whatever it is. Right? So in order to maintain what? In order to maintain unity, that too, like a country like India, which has lot of diversity, fraternity is very, very important democratic value. Okay? So fraternity means what? The feeling of brotherhood, which is nothing but sadhodara in town. Okay? Right? Which unites everybody together. Okay? That too in India, like whatever the country which has lot of diversity, fraternity is considered to be the very, very important value. Okay? So that unites everybody without any discrimination or without any exploitation in the society. You understand? Okay? Right? Yes. And let's talk about freedom. Freedom is one of the fundamental rights. Yes? Freedom is one of the basic fundamental rights. What does mean by fundamental rights first? Basic rights. So we can say that basic rights, right? Fundamental rights. Any exploitation against fundamental rights can be punished or not. Okay? So if you have 7 fundamental rights, out of 7 fundamental rights, you feel any of the fundamental rights is not given to you or anybody is exploiting your rights, you can directly go to Supreme Court itself. That is what the power of the fundamental rights. You can directly approach to Supreme Court if any of your fundamental rights is not given to you. That is what the power of the fundamental rights. Okay, so freedom is considered to be one of the basic fundamental rights. So to have a liberty, freedom is very important. And also freedom has certain limitations, right? Before seeing the limitations, let us see what are the different rights to freedom. Okay, right? Let's take it out, write down. Freedom is freedom of speech. Under freedom, we have freedom of speech. Last bench, are you ready? So under freedom, it is don't talk. Don't you understand what is that? Just write. What I did now. This freedom of expression, freedom of assembly. Freedom of association, speech, expression, assembly without arms, association, practice any profession, to reside in any part of the country. Okay. Whereas in Indian Constitution of Article 19, Indian Constitution of Article 19 detailing speaks about this freedom, all types of freedom. Just as a citizen of India or as a citizen of any country, we are just living a life, right? We are not forced by anybody, or we don't have any constraint that we follow, right? All this just like that it didn't come. Okay? So the Constitution has been written for all, whatever movement you are doing now, for everything the Constitution has been already written. This kind of freedom were not available once upon a time. Okay, so all this freedom, like freedom of doing any profession, is not possible actually before once upon a time in India, and now also now actually in 2024 also it is not possible in some other countries. Okay, so just like that, nothing you are enjoying. Okay? Everything, whatever the issues or problems faced by the society has been considered by the people who are already faced those problems, and they were already rectified one by one. Okay? While writing this Constitution, Ambedkar considered all the issues and the major people and the people from higher level to lower level, those who are having whatever the problem it is. It may be freedom, it may be exploitation, it may be the caste, religion, problem in India, everything he considered. Okay? Upon this, certain freedoms has been recently added, but freedom of speech in the sense you can speak, like you can tell your view, what views anywhere else, right? You can express your views, just like that it didn't come. Okay, so expressing your views, like expressing your belief, whatever you are following, that and all, you do have certain freedom in our Constitution to do that. That is why we can be able to do that in the society. Okay, right? And freedom of expression in the sense, all the freedoms have certain limitations. That's what we see. Freedom of expression in the sense, expression is what you believe. It may be your religious belief or whatever it is. Belief in the sense, basically we talk about religious belief. Why so? See, directly or indirectly, from the childhood, you grow in certain religion. You grow in a certain environment where that environment is purely considered upon your religious effect. Yes or no? Right? So you grow in certain environment where that environment has been formed based upon our religion only. Yeah, either we accept it or not. So the views or whatever it is inculcated in us from the childhood, it depends upon the environment what we grow. The environment what we are telling about is majorly a religious environment or a neighborhood environment, whatever it is. So the belief what I have inside me has been developed from the religious what I follow from my childhood. If you just analyze whatever thing you have other than the general issues, your belief or what the perspective of viewing something, whatever it is, it depends upon individual, right? How the individual varies. The individual varies by the environment where he grows from the childhood, or what belief he follows from the childhood. Our parents what our ancestors told, which is wrong, what is right, that is what we follow, right? Yes. So that is what your feeling of expression. Obviously, your expression depends upon your belief, what you have. It may be any kind of belief, not only the religious belief, it can be any kind of belief. Okay? And third one is freedom of assembly without arms. Assembly is nothing but a group of people. We can like we are what you say, any ceremony or any function we are conducting in our home, right? Any function. It is not necessary to go and get permission from anyone. Okay? Because there is a fundamental rights that any assembly of people for anything is permitted. Okay? Right? That is why we are just like that conducting a functions or going to a ceremony or attending something, a group of people gathering in one place and doing it together. All these things nobody tell it is a crime. Because already it is crime committed in a fundamental right. It is a freedom of assembly without arms actually. Okay, right? And then the fourth point is association. Association is also the same thing. Assembly and association is closely related to each other, right? And the next one says practice any profession. See, you can do business after completing engineering or something. You can go for any business, run your own business, right? And work for another one's business, or you can run your father's business, or go and go for an employment, anything. Nobody can stop you from anything. That is what. Already we have freedom on that. You can do any business. You can follow any profession, whatever you would like to do. Engineering, படிச்சதுக்கு பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு யாரும் எதுவும் சொல்றது இல்லை, right? That is what. Next one is what? So that is we reside in any part in the country. So we do have a lot of north side people and south side nowadays, and south side people also going to north side. And but the thing which has been increasing, that north side people coming to south side has been very much increasing. Yes, you know, all the basic works are done by north side people. Okay, so since we have many advantages over that, and they reside here and doing their job. So inside our country, we don't need any visa or something. Nothing is required. We can reside any part inside our country. Okay, so all this freedom, basic freedom, you should know this. Okay, according to Article 19, the 7th line says that I can reside in any part of the India. So no one can stop me from residing here. Right? Yes? Okay? And everything has certain limitations. See, only this freedom fundamental has many limitations. Why so? We have many fundamental rights, right? Right to freedom has many limitations considered to others. Why? Yes. Yeah. Hey, any answer? I just want you to talk something. No? Talking from one side is very difficult actually. Yes. Would you like to say something? Indri? Open up. Talk. Talk something on freedom. What are the limitations? What are the problems that it will lead to? What problem it will lead in the society? Why do we require limitations on this freedom? Tell me some limitations. So first consider like freedom of speech. Why do we require a limitation on freedom public places.
They cannot speak as they wish.
Okay. As they wish in the public places. On what? That is right. If I give certain freedom to someone to talk, எந்த கன்ஸ்ட்ரெயினுமே இல்லை, நீ பேசு அப்படின்னா என்ன பேசுவான், அவன் வாய் போடுறதெல்லாம் பேசுவான், இதை இஷ்டத்துக்கு பேசுவான். ஈமே லைக் இட் இஸ் up to which limit it is that up to when I get someone into that talk and when I damage someone, up to that it is okay. I cannot bring someone's emotions in that. I cannot spoil someone's emotions just by talking. So that freedom is not there. Okay? So when it is touching anybody's emotions, when it is touching anybody's beliefs, ideas, views, whatever it is, business or whatever it is, that speech is really considered to be what? The crime. Okay? Right? That is what we need a limit on that, because why not to know that speech is very, very dangerous. Okay? And next one is expression. Expression is belief. When there is a belief of doing something or whatever it is. Or the belief of what to correct follow பண்ணுவான். We won't talk only the merits of our belief. We also talk about other beliefs. Right? We also don't want someone to follow other belief or something. We will talk something on that, right? So that is not allowed over here. Okay? Again, here no emotions, no others' beliefs can be destroyed by your expression. No others' expression can be destroyed. Okay? Right? And again, this is assembly without harms. That is, there is one. What is that? 444. What is that? The Corona on the Pulang 144. Okay? 144. Again, when that is in the state or something, it is not possible to assemble. More than 4 people cannot stand at one place when 144 is there. Okay? So this assembly is really considered to be very much harm when under certain cases, for in public places, related to any public issues. At that cases, it is not required to assemble. It is not allowed to assemble. Okay? Right? So again, this association is also following the same. When any association is talking or allowing people to assemble more than 5 or 4 people for any harmful issue in the society, and that association is not free to run. That is what it says. Okay? Right? For any function or anything, we can assemble together, but not for doing any terrorism or whatever it is. It is not good. Okay? That is what without any harms it is given. 4 பேர் சேர்ந்தாலே நம்ம நாட்டில் என்ன பண்ணுவோம், நல்லதை விட கெட்டதை அதிகமாக பண்ணுவோம். சரியா? அதனாலதான் இல்லை எங்கேயுமே வித்தவுட் ஆர்ம்ஸ் கொடுக்கல. இங்கே மட்டும் அது ஸ்பெசிஃபைடாக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஓகேமா? Right? And this is again we have here we don't have any much limitation on that. It depends on your personal thing. Again here we don't have any limitation. Only in the certain places like where you are the Malayalam Pavadi, அந்த மாதிரி சில இடம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அங்கெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா people are not allowed to go. Certain places are already restricted. It is not necessary to, we cannot go and stay just like that in those places. That is what we have limitations in everything in fundamental right of freedom. So while writing about freedom, you need to write all these things and based on its limitations also. Everything. You understand? Right? And that is one. So write down the freedom, the limits on, or you write the certain limits. The certain limits on public order, the certain limits on public order, morality, the certain limits on public order, morality, and national security. public order, morality, and national security are to be considered for freedom. So freedom not a definition, write out the definition. Liberty to live. Definition: liberty to live and work freely. Liberty to live and work freely. Liberty to live. L-I-V-E. Live and work freely within the territory of India. Within the territory of India. So there are 4 basic responsibilities. 4 basic responsibilities that brings with 4 basic freedoms. There are 4 basic response. What is going on there? Hari Priya, what do you want? If you want me to repeat, you ask me. There are 4 basic responsibilities. What I told? That develops with 4 basic freedoms. That develops with 4 basic freedom values. Okay. So first is 4 basic freedom values. First is the freedom of speech. Okay. It comes with responsibility to listen. It comes with responsibility to listen. Second is belief. Belief comes with responsibility to accept. The responsibility to accept. First one, speech, responsibility to listen. Belief, responsibility to accept. Are you ready? And third one is freedom from bondage. This is freedom of speech, freedom of belief, freedom from want. Freedom from want is responsibility to serve. Responsibility to serve. The last one is freedom from fear. Freedom from fear is responsibility to act. Responsibility to serve and responsibility to act. So even though we have 7 different freedoms, 6 different freedoms, right? These 4 are considered to be the basic freedom values. Okay? Which gives 4 responsibilities. Can you able to relate this point? Can you able to relate the speech and listen? Yes, right? When there is a freedom of speech, definitely there must be a responsibility of listen, where you should listen the speaker. Okay, right? You should listen the speaker. That is what the responsibility we get. And here where there is a freedom of belief. Belief for freedom. You should accept the belief. Okay, right? Now, அடுத்தவங்க accept பண்ணாதான் என்னோட belief நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? Freedom, free-ஆ continue பண்ணலாம். Okay, right? So that is what belief and accept. What is this freedom from want? Freedom from want is what? Needs, right? The economical needs, basically they are talking about the need. Okay? So everybody are free to Everything comes under freedom from fear. Okay. Upon that, if I have the three masakam sada. Close your mouth. So freedom from fear is what? See, actually it is very nice thought. It is one and one related to each other. How they are related, the freedom with the responsibility. So what happens when the freedom has been related to the responsibility? Yes? So it is very interesting and nice thought. Why they are related freedom with responsibility? Why? What is the necessity of freedom to speech and freedom responsibility to listen? Why that relation is needed? Interesting gavanichadane. Why it is needed? See, actually it is like give and take policy. It is like everybody has to be follow the fraternity or whatever it is. When I have responsibility, அதுதான் கொஞ்சம் கூட ஒருத்தர் பேசும்போது கவனிக்கணுங்கிற ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி இல்லை இருந்தால் நீ இப்படி பேச மாட்டேன். When you accept someone is speaking there, நீ கவனிச்சாதான் நாளைக்கு நீ பேசும்போது இன்னொருத்தர் கவனிப்பான். That is what give and take policy. When you are free to speak, you must have responsibility to listen that. Yes or no? That is what உன்னோட belief நீ follow பண்ண accept பண்ணாதான் accept பண்ணிட்டாலும் அடுத்தவங்க accept பண்ணாதான் உன்னோட அழகா follow பண்ண முடியும். That is what belief and accepting the responsibility comes there. When you fulfill your own economical needs, then you should understand that there are many people who are really wanted the economical needs, so you should serve them. Okay, the last point also says that responsibility, freedom from fear is when you are free to talk anything, do anything, whatever you want to do, and you should accept that others will also have same thing to do. So they have responsibility to act also. Okay, so this freedom and responsibility actually develops fraternity in the country. That is why I put this together now. This relationship develops the fraternity, develops the brotherhood inside the state. Okay, yes, shall we stop here?